Today we are covering a venture to the 2025 Australian Nationals for Featherweight Robot Combat. The first of my two machines is Loft, a complicated flywheel flipper that competes in a less destructive Sportsman class. It accumulated a top 8 placing after the previous two events, and fights for the overall title at this third showing. Over in the more destructive Open class is Obliterator, a powerful horizontal spinner that now features various upgrades for reliability. I'm joined for this event by Jesse, who's looking to learn about the class for his own upcoming build. He is the occasional alternative voice behind the camera. As I'd be driving to Brisbane with some other builders, one can pack a reasonable collection of spare parts. Things are organised into labelled boxes, or packaged in a larger one for transport and moved into a suitcase. We spotted some black cockatoos on the way up, which are pretty rare. For this event, the two robots will be competing in separate classes with different formats. Obliterator will have 3 semi-randomised fights before entering a top 8 playoffs if it earns enough points. Loft is part of a double elimination bracket where the winner is the last to lose twice. Fight footage will be a combination of my own recordings, some taken by Jesse, some provided by James Blue, who had cameras in every nook of the arena, and from the event stream if necessary. This event requires spinning weapons to be operating at less than 60 meters per second tip speed, so all machines need their spinners measured with a tachometer before being allowed to compete. Included in this is the usual radio disconnect failsafe checks.
It's going very slow as it will move. It's full channel.
It's full, yeah. 3 to 90, okay. I'm glad I'm not flying mad. How are you?
Lights are weird.
Do you drive as well?
Oh, yes, sorry. Okay, the lights are on for it, so that usually means that Arduino just dies.
You've done everything.
Yeah.
Obliterator's first opponent is Smallish, a huge clone-type machine with a big spinning bar elevated from the ground, so most robots can't hit its chassis. With Obliterator's reduced battery voltage, it was not as quick to drive anymore, as well as some decommutation issue on the left-hand side, so for this event I intended to drive slow and careful.
Just in, James, with a Team Rocket now.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Weapon down? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get those wheels.
How do you?
Apparently you don't. Nice. I'm with James, builder of Smallish. He's going to explain what you reckon went on.
So we had that sort of big first hit. After I hit, my weapon wasn't spinning. I throttled off the weapon after leaving it off a little bit. Figuring my weapon was dead at that point. The wheels were getting pretty trashed, and I was like, oh well, my weapon's dead, I might as well tap out and save on damage. But at the end I spun my weapon up again and it worked, so I probably could have kept going, but I tapped out at that point, and hey, I'll take the loss. easier repair bill at the end of the game potentially and rebuild for next time.
Easy. Yeah, because you're basically ready for the next match, right, after you charge your batteries.
Yeah, pretty much. With the web still working, this wheel's pretty bent, so I'll probably switch to a new wheel that's not quite so mangled, but that one could go better for the future, but we'll see.
There you go, bits.
Loft's first fight was against a robot called Banana Bender, the only shuffling robot at the event. Shuffling robots are allowed a weight bonus of 50%, up to 20.5 kilograms over the 13.6 for everyone else. This is a large problem for my flipper as it isn't particularly powerful. I usually run the flywheel at 75% speed, but it's set to its maximum in preparation for this fight to give it all the energy it could need.
3, 2, 1, fight.
And for them, I had spun up the flywheel faster than ever before.
Yeah.
Just because I needed the energy.
Oh, you need it for Banana Bender. I was just saying, Dad, that's the most I've ever seen Banana Bender get tossed around or flight control in a fight. So.
Hey, there you go. That's not bad. Yeah.
No growth for it. He almost cooked his,
I
battery.
don't know where I can lift you, like how many?
The young punk cop beat the old one.
Yeah. The motor's hot, the red brick's warm.
You get
Okay. I think we found everything is like right at its limit.
So you know there's going to be a big rain in about 5 minutes.
Okay,
so
yep.
Fantastic.
Obliterator's next opponent is a familiar face in Perry, sporting a large egg beater. They had proven very destructive when I'd last met them in New Zealand. Both our machines had been detuned to work within the Australian speed limits, and they had fitted some titanium wedges to try and deflect the horizontal spinner.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Commencing. countdown. 3, 2, 1, flight.
Post-mortem with Hayden and Hamish, drivers of Perry. Post-mortem is quite a strong term here.
Oh, one of the best fights we've had.
We had 2 fights today, and I think that might be the last one.
So what's going on? We were weapon to weapon.
Missing a few belts. That's
You tore off our protective titanium wedges. Where are they?
barely a dent.
Oh, that's the print.
Oh, that was actually the crack. So you separate the crack.
Yeah. But look at that. Totally.
They
fine.
held up.
They're good to go again.
64D TPU, maybe not for mounts. And these frame rails. These frame rails are absolutely gone. Both of them. Both of them.
That'll buff out, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The aluminium.
We'll be back up and running in like 20 minutes.
The good thing is the hats.
Any thoughts,
stack up.
Maria?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, we're out of it.
Rightio.
Yeah, like,
We got some big hammers, and I will help. Oh,
Yeah.
did the weapon axle fail, or is it just?
Yeah, it pulled out. I think.
Is it snapped the thread off?
Any damage to you, James?
literally turned down the wall.
Oh.
Incurred damage to Perry was rather catastrophic, with both frame bulkheads bent and cracked badly. The weapon axle was trashed, as well as the threaded end being sheared off and generally bent from the incidents. We then all put spare efforts into getting Perry running again for future fights, if it could be done.
It looks internally, it looks decent, but externally it looks like it just got.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's springy, yeah.
After 2 matches, Obliterator was in near new condition, only having to charge the batteries. While yes, it hadn't been hit, historically the machine would cause damage to itself from the shock of impacts. Where previously the drive motors liked to fail in various creative ways, both the added magnet epoxy and can support was going a long way to keep things intact. The parts for the can support bearings, as well as the new frame and weapon pulleys, were provided to me by PCBWay. As you've seen by now, all the new parts have been working as intended without any issues. To ensure bearings fit in their appropriate bores and housing seats, one is requested to upload a drawing that specifies any tight tolerances. This is what I provided for the inner piece, asking for a fit up to 50 micron undersize from the nominal dimension. The resulting fit was very close to nominal with a gentle snap into place. Loft now faces another previous opponent in Topple. Last time I had won the fight but left with a broken flipper mechanism and hampered drive. Both machines had seen upgrades since the last match and we were keen to see how it played out.
So, you guys know about the single unstick from the walls?
Yeah, you get one.
Oh, you get one?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
One unconditional, regardless of where you put there, and that's it. So,
Wonderful. I'll just tussle of that.
Commencing countdown. 3, 2, 1, flight.
Nice.
Rightio, post-match after the Tobble fight, mechanically, Loft is working great. We haven't had a single issue. The batteries have been dying very fast, proper drained.
Back to the open class machines, Obliterator sees another New Zealand rematch in its finalist opponent of Black Rose. Back then, my weapon left the robot due to the weapon screw backing out. To prevent this, I had affixed them tightly with red Loctite and not broken the seal in several days. Hopefully things will play out differently.
Oh, yes, he's recording.
Red team, are you ready? Commencing countdown. 3, 2, 1. Light.
What do you think? Good. Yeah, good. Oh, here's the new panel. With a familiar face, Connor of Black Rose, he's going to tell us how that went down from his perspective.
Well, very early in the fight, the two drum parts have lost clocking relative to one another. So I don't know exactly what's happened there, but something has bent and jammed the weapon, which you can see just the end of that inner joiner piece sticking out there. So they've slid relative to one another. So I suspect you've hit the side of the drum and it's pushed everything in, which is then my weapon motor has self-destructed as well.
I can see the back of that.
So that's why the
probably cracked, isn't it?
Yep.
Fantastic fight, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to. Hang on, I'll do that again. That'll be good. Oh, hang on, one more. I didn't get a photo.
Quite a fun fight, despite it being a loss. Black Rose took lots of damage, a busted drum, 2 motors had failed from shock, and various knocks to the frame and wheels. Obliterator had unfortunately stopped moving due to a software problem. When spinning in the air, it was effectively accelerating the weapon for 10 straight seconds compared to the usual 1 or 2. This is the single largest power draw the machine can experience, which resulted in the battery voltage sagging low. I had not disabled low voltage cutoff on the drive ESC, so they refused to move after the dip, but at least it was a quick fix for the next match. Loft sees yet another rematch in Fang, an electric crusher that it had only narrowly defeated previously. As usual, I would have to try and control them the entire match, while avoiding getting caught, as it only takes a single bite to turn the fight their way. Not an easy task with such an awkwardly shaped machine.
3, 2, 1, fight.
A narrow loss here, the decision being given to Fang due to my flywheel going down. The blue in-runner motor had seized, and after disassembling it, found that the rotor had simply exploded. It had not been hit or pinched, so I don't know why the failure occurred. A spare motor has been swapped in, but this model was a much higher speed and would therefore generate more heat, even if throttled to the same RPM. Around this time, Perry had been repaired. Damaged frame parts were cut out, new holes ground, and a plastic slider in place of a wheel.
Everyone's surprised. Why does that drive so well?
Oh, it's doing the thing though, where it's still... Oh, it stopped.
Yeah. The weapon spin.
You can't even tell then.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, you definitely have to. Oh, we got rid of 2 wheels in the front.
Spin up the weapon.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Maybe the mass of the weapon smooths out.
Oh, that's correct.
I can't believe we brought it back. That is awesome.
It's very, very impressive.
When you look at it from above, it's still like...
Just not to look at it.
Now in the quarterfinals myself, Obliterator will face Smell the Cheese, a tanky 4-wheel drive vertical spinner with a similar weapon motor. Obliterator was in good shape to fight, though the weapon belt was looking a little bit loose.
3, 2, 1.
Stuff on the ground over
The shaft is snapped clean off the motor. There's the gear. Otherwise, it's good to go. Well, the belt popped off because it's a bit loose, but that is easy to fix. The motor's still in place and all that, so yeah, not that bad, all things considered. The wub's broke, of course, but that's how it goes.
Do we have the judge's decision yet?
No, we don't. They said they're going to deal with that later.
The judge's decision ended up going to my opponent, which is probably the correct decision. Obliterator had lost a drive side and hampered weapon, while all their actuators were still functional. Somehow their frame had been damaged, which did cause them trouble driving, but a lot of hammering fixed that. When thrown into the wall, Obliterator pierced the inner layer. The second air-gapped wall was unscathed, so no one was in any danger, but open fights were stopped until the hole was repaired. Time will tell if changes are made to prevent this from happening again. With that loss, Obliterator was out of the competition, but quite intact. Loft, however, is still in contention. It will yet again fight Topple to see who progresses to the Sportsman finals. Both machines were in good condition, but I was concerned about the replacement flywheel motor.
Commencing countdown. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Another fun match, but not without consequences. The new motor had burnt out in the closing moments, which led to the red brick ESC smoking up. The said motor was very hot. I burnt myself when touching it and it still hasn't healed. Now I had a problem. Loft was into the finals, but that was the last spare motor and no one else had one. We ended up taking the rotor from the burnt red motor and installing it into the previous blue one.
Do not like my chances of this.
The motor controller was swapped for a VESC backup from Obliterator, which just about worked. Being poorly tuned, I'd have to reset the throttle after every flip, but I had no time to improve it. Loft now entered the arena for its 16th and penultimate fight against Fang. Without the plastic umbrella forcing their jaw wide, they would be stable and capable of biting deep into my machine. Any mistakes in driving would be even more costly than before.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1, 5.
Bring him over here for a look. Alright, send it, keep sending it. Keep sending it. Let him go there.
Stay still long enough.
Back it up. That was a good tussle. That was the last 5 seconds you got me. That was the last 5 seconds, dude.
Oh, that flipper bolt was out too. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, you want to get the drive and get the battery out. That all still works, which is good.
I cannot believe it went on fire.
Oh wow. Cool, hang on. Let's actually get the battery out.
At the end of the fight, when Loft was bitten into, the battery was squished a bit, but the fire actually came from an unrelated drive ESC catching alight. This component powered the receiver, meaning the robot was completely dead with only a few seconds remaining. I had gotten very lucky with a bite to the drivetrain as their jaw missed the spinning can of the motor by millimeters and merely crushed the supporting metalwork. Flipper damage too was superficial. With the finals concluded, everyone got to yapping and packing before the post-event dinner.
The closing shot. I don't know how to video, but I try. So reflecting on Loft over this past year, I'm very happy with how reliable that flipper mechanism has become, as that was the issue that pervaded the first versions of this machine,
and the drivetrain too. For this event, the drivetrain was perfectly reliable. It didn't have a single issue. It performed really well. I'm glad I've sort of conquered that mechanism, as I really like the look of it and hopefully can translate it to another machine. Obliterator 2, apart from that shaft snapping, I need to figure out what I'm going to do about that. The motors themselves are actually fine. The can supports, the battle hardening made all the difference, and that's the same with Loft as well. Obliterator will get touched up, it'll fight again, more or less how it is. It's a fun robot. I'm happy to just throw it again because it's so intact. Loft, on the other hand, that machine there it is, it might fight again because I'm going to be working on Loft Mark II, which is going to be an open class machine, an open class flywheel flipper. There's such a different level in refinement and strength and everything that goes into it and the design requirements. So there's very, very little, basically nothing, that I'm going to have to reuse from the version 1 machine over there. So I'll beat the flipper back into shape, and it can just be a throw at the wall sportsman machine and literally fight alongside the open class version, because March 2026 is the deadline for Mark II, because that's when the next sportsman event is. And that'll sort of be the practice gearing up for the end of 2026, when the next open class event should be, with ideally Obliterator, Loft Mark II, and hopefully a rebuilt Tessellate as well, because that machine's a lot of fun. So, until next time.